What's going on, Jets fans? Welcome into NYJ Today. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down the Keys to Success Volume 5, The Rushing Attack. If the New York Jets are going to win more football games in 2021, they absolutely have to get the running game going. And the great news is they've made multiple changes to the coaching staff and the personnel to get the job done. Let's get after it. Before we get into the video, I just want to quickly thank everybody for attending the last live stream this past Wednesday. We had an absolute blast hanging out with you guys. I also want to mention that our last Keys to Success video, about 75% of the people that watched it are not subscribed to the channel. And if you haven't joined yet, please consider doing so because we are going to give away a free signed mini helmet. It was signed by Wayne Corbett, and we're going to give that away once we reach 1,000 subscribers. So if you have not joined the channel yet, please consider doing so. We would love to interact with you guys on the channel. Over the last 3 seasons, the New York Jets have ranked in the bottom 8 in rushing in the National Football League. And again, that's not good enough. You're not going to win football games, ranking so poorly in the NFL. So in 2020, we were 23rd in the NFL running the football. In 2019, we were 31st in the National Football League. That's dreadful, just absolutely terrible production. And then in 2018, we were the 26th best rushing football team. That's not good enough balance. And again, that's what's key here is balance. The New York Jets have not had it the last 3 years, and that's why we have lost so many football games. It is not important to be having or to have the best running back in the NFL. It is not important to have a top 5 running game in the NFL. Those are good things to have, but they're not necessary. We need to have balance. That is necessary. And so when you consider sustaining drives, converting on some short yardage situations, scoring inside the red zone, the running game is a big part of that. And so if the New York Jets are going to start to win these football games, they absolutely have to turn it around. And we're going to get into how they're going to do that right now. Before we move on to some of the players that I believe are going to play a key role in getting the running game going, I do want to talk about the importance that this running game will play in the success that Zach Wilson will have in his rookie season. Listen, guys, if we have a bottom 8 running game again this coming season, which I don't predict to happen, but if we do, it's going to have a major impact on Zach Wilson's ability to have some success. And again, we want that. Our whole offseason has been geared towards making sure that number one, our pass rush is improved on defense, but number 2, that our quarterback, our rookie quarterback that we drafted number 2 overall, has success year 1. And I think that's one of the reasons why this is such an important aspect of 2021. So when we're trying to figure out how the New York Jets are going to turn this thing around and get the running game going, I think the first person we have to look to, obviously, has to start with offensive coordinator Mike LaFleur. This is a guy who's been learning under Kyle Shanahan for the last several years in San Francisco. And Kyle Shanahan is one of the greatest minds in the National Football League when it comes to offense. Schematically, play calling wise, I think he's learned from one of the absolute best. And so there's no guarantees that Mike LaFleur is going to be as good as Kyle Shanahan. But again, the fact that he's been learning under him absolutely helps. It will make him a better offensive coordinator. And I think it's going to be really important that he has some really good, game plans and also some play calling. He needs to mix it up. I think there's no doubt in my mind that we're going to be a heavy running football team. This scheme, this wide zone running scheme, does place a very heavy emphasis on the running game. It sets up everything in the offense. It sets up the inside zone running. It sets up the play action, which is a big, big part of this offense. So in order for us to have success, in order for Zach Wilson to have success, in order for all of our playmakers on offense to have success, we absolutely have to get the running game going. And again, it starts with this man. If we're talking about turning the running game around, it has to begin and end with these 2 players and with the offensive line as a whole. If Mekhi Becton, left tackle, who was drafted 11th overall in the 2020 draft, and if left guard Alijah Vera-Tucker, drafted 14th overall in the 2021 NFL draft, if these 2 players meet their full potential, we will have a dominant left side for the next 10 years. And it truly could be franchise altering if these 2 pan out. So when you're talking about getting the running game going, honestly, I want us to run left more than 60% of the time this upcoming season. I don't think that's a stretch to say that we should be running left behind these two players. They're young. They are ultra uber talented. I think that the Jets would be foolish not to take advantage of the left side. And guys, don't forget, we are, as of this moment, as I'm recording this, we may be signing right tackle Morgan Moses to the squad. And if we get this guy in the mix, we have potential to really kick some ass on offense, especially at the line of scrimmage. And that's where it begins and ends with the running game. I think collectively, as a fan base, New York Jets fans were fired up when we selected Micahel Cater, the running back out of UNC, in the 4th round. This kid has all the goods: elusiveness, he's got great speed, he can catch the ball really, really well. I think that eventually he's going to be the RB1 on this squad, and he has absolute game-breaking potential. He showed it in college, and when you look at him, just as an athlete, he really is tremendous. And again, I think that, maybe early on in the season, he might not be getting the majority of the carries, but I do not think it will be long. I think he and Ty Johnson will be duking it out to get the early work on early downs in this offense. And I cannot wait to see him, add some explosiveness in the running game to this offense. I think Micahel Cater is going to be awesome. I don't think enough Jets fans were excited when we signed Tevin Coleman in the offseason during free agency. It's only a 1-year deal. It's very, very cheap, so it's very low risk. But I love the Tevin Coleman signing. I think that this guy is going to be absolutely what we need on 3rd down, especially early in the season. You need to keep in mind, we have a lot of young running backs in the room right now, and we need somebody reliable who can pass protect, pick up the blitz on 3rd down. I think Tevin Coleman offers so much versatility to our offense as well, not just running the football and making big plays. He can also line up as a wide receiver. This guy has done that in his career. So versatility, 3rd down back, and a great set of hands. I think this is a great weapon for our offense and the running game. I think of all of the players on offense, I think Ty Johnson might actually be my favorite player to maybe pop and surprise some people this upcoming season. He proved that he is a very well-rounded running back against the Raiders and the Rams. He can run the football. He can receive the football. So I think early on in the season, this is the guy that I want to get the majority of the touches on early downs. I think that Micahel Cater will eventually prove himself. But I do feel like Ty Johnson should earn himself a role in this offense. He is the fastest running back on the football team. This isn't just a guy that, runs on the inside. This is a guy that truly will fit the scheme perfectly. And again, he is my favorite to surprise some people. So I don't necessarily believe he's going to end up with 1,000 yards or anything like that. But I do believe he's going to be very, very efficient and productive with the touches that he gets. And I just feel really good about Ty Johnson in the backfield this upcoming season. The last 2 players that we're going to discuss are going to be wide receivers Corey Davis and Denzel Mims. I believe that their field stretching ability alone will help to get the running game going. It will prevent teams from stacking the box. I don't believe that teams will be able to do that against the New York Jets. But another key aspect to the running game getting going is actually some run blocking from these wide receivers. On the outside, you need to be able to block up the cornerbacks because it will turn these wide zone running plays, that maybe end up in 5 yards, 7 yards, it'll turn into 15, 20 plus yard plays. And again, referring back to last week's video where we talked about the need to make some chunk plays happen in the passing game, the same can be said for the running game. We didn't make any explosive plays happen on the ground last year. I think our most explosive running play was the Sam Darnold run against the Denver Broncos. We have to get better running the football with our running backs. And we need to get some plays happening on the outside. And these 2 sealing the outside will make those plays happen. And so I just hope that you guys agree with me. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. What do you think of some of these players that I've mentioned? Are there players that maybe I didn't mention? Just let me know what you guys think in the comments. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. That's going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching NYJ Today. Guys, do me a favor, and if you could, just jet up the like button on this video. And if you're new here and you've enjoyed the content, please consider subscribing to the channel. We greatly appreciate the support that you guys have given us. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Go Jets, and I'll see you guys next time.